Well, hello there. My name is Mary Sloan, and I just want to take and show you how quickly you can find out just exactly how much money we can get you by way of tax credits, particularly if you are a manufacturer. So let me share my screen, and let's see how quickly we can do this. So your company is Hot Widgets Inc., and this, of course, is a test. I'm saying I'm doing it in person with the client. And so when we get to the real deal, we would, of course, check to confirm that this is, in fact, you and all the information is correct. Once that's done, we confirm that and we ask about your commercial property. Now, in this instance, we have made some assumptions. First of all, we have assumed that you have owned some property. It is now worth $18 million, and about 2 years ago, you did $500,000 worth of renovations to it. And you have been paying taxes ever since. So there's your $18 million property and $500,000 reno. And your property taxes are undoubtedly more than $30,000. We estimated at 1.25%, your taxes were $2,250,000. And your annual payroll. Here we made an assumption that you have a very active, busy business and that you have 285 employees. So your annual payroll is well beyond that. We estimated it at $15,675,000. And we, of course, know you've been in business for since prior to 2013, more than 10 years. And every year you end up hiring about 30 new employees. So now we can see what kind of incentives you're entitled to. Your hiring tax incentive, which is the type of employees that you employ, the credit that they bring in to help offset the cost of hiring them and training them, could be $36,000. It could be a lot more. It really does depend on the people that you're hiring. The payroll tax credit, which is also known as research and development credit, is $815,100. And the nice thing about that credit is that not only can we calculate it for this year, but we are allowed to take it back for 2 years. So with just a little bit more work, we will be able to find you credit not only for this year, but for the year before and the year before that. Then the estimated savings on your property taxes are $376,425. Now that's nice. And the commercial property owner's incentive, which is also sometimes known as cost segregation, could be worth $1,369,000. So your tax credits could be in the neighborhood of $2,596,525. Pretty nice. And we have done this type of thing numerous occasions. So we've done it for hotels, we've done it for manufacturers, we've done it on investment property. Whoops, I'm sorry. And so for the Holiday Inn, we got them $3.6 million in savings on property taxes. For a manufacturer, $740,000, and for an investment property, $1.5 million. So the estimated savings on your property is probably on the low end. The original study that is done for the payroll tax credit, which I said is also known as the research and development credit, this is going to take a little bit of time on your part, and a little bit of time for our very trained engineers to come to your premises and talk to people just to get a real handle on exactly how much of their time is dedicated to research and development activities. It is one of the reasons that the IRS loves having engineers do this study. They actually do the work involved. And as you can see, we've done it for others. We got one manufacturer, $1.1 million. Oh my goodness, slow down here. And another manufacturer, we got $290,000, and the third manufacturer, we got $290,000. So they were a little smaller, but nonetheless, one of the things that we do offer when we do this engineered study for R&D is that if the IRS does have questions and does want to audit, we do all the response on your behalf, and we pay for the audit. So you absolutely don't have to worry about any money out of pocket at all. And we guarantee that when we have done the credit, we've done it right, and you will get that full credit. Try finding a CPA who will do that for you. Now, the cost segregation, which has to do with reevaluating certain aspects of your building, it's all very scientific, and again, it's done with engineers. And this is a very common study, and we've done a lot of them. So for a hotel, we got 1.1 million. For a manufacturer, we got 1.1 million. Back, I'm down. And for another manufacturer, we got $740,000. So your estimated savings here of $1,369,000, that's certainly reasonable and well within the range that we expect. And finally, the tax credits for hiring. This is really to help offset the cost of bringing on a new employee and the cost of the business of having to hire. It's always far more costly than we think. In any event, this has to do with the people that you hire, and it's paperwork that's sometimes very difficult for businesses to do. But we're very experienced at it. We make sure that you get full credit and everything's done on time and everything's done accurately, which is really nice to know. So all we need to do now is schedule an appointment. Now, when we get to scheduling an appointment, this is really an appointment with a highly trained consultant, someone who's done this over the years for a number of businesses. He'll ask a few more very detailed questions, and then once comfortable that he really has nailed down the actual amount of savings that we can get for you, he'll ask, of course, if you'd like to proceed. And if you do, then he starts setting up the appointments for the engineers that have to come to your premises and visit, and for the questions that the engineers will actually want to ask you. And that's all there is to it. So hope you enjoyed this presentation.